The poem I'm going to do, I wrote 1 month ago on the eve of the local elections. It's called Britain First. Now, I'm not racist, but... Now, I'm not racist, but there's a couple of things I want to get off my chest. We're living in a modern, tolerant, multicultural society, which is something I want to see addressed. See, I don't mind a bit of foreign charity, but if we can start at home, that'll put my mind at rest, because the state of our fucking society is getting me depressed. I'm livid. We're living in a once was, not now, former colonial superpower. We took Oz, the US, North and South, Africa, India, and done the Germans twice in 30 years in what was undoubtedly our finest hour. We give them judicial structure, organised government, a seat at the table, Christian covenant, and what do we get in return? Bombs, Sharia law, and the streets covered in burqas. And before you say I'm racist, my granddad served with Gurkhas, so I don't mind immigrants as long as there are workers. Too many of them are benefit scroungers and thieving fucking shirkers. Now, I'm not racist, but I want to be able to fly a flag in my garden without fear of consequence. You won't find me sat on the fence. I believe in Britain first, regardless of whether that causes offence. Now, I'm not racist, but tell me, is it right that an asylum seeker, his distant cousin, and the rest of the tribe too can get more in benefits than a pensioner who worked his whole life and paid his dues? So you can shove your halal meat. Where's your mercy? That quote is against the Bible. You'll be the first to burn forever in hell when there comes a revival. Acts 15:29. Check your Bible. If you're sacrificing food to false idols, don't be surprised when the axe falls and your whole race is denied survival. And whilst we're on the subject, don't think I forgot our little drummer hacking an honest soldier to death in the middle of the day, in the middle of the street, in the middle of summer. That was 1 year ago in Woolwich, when your religion showed its true colours, which was only topped by 7/7, carried out a few years earlier by some more of your peace-loving brothers. So why should I be tolerant when my government pays your rent? I'll come to your country, impose my will, we'll see how tolerant you are then. And this is my response. It's hard to know where to begin, really. It's like you've nearly got a point. What am I thinking? You got less point than a snap pencil. You couldn't trace this logic even if I gave you a stencil. Are you fucking mental? Do you know the amount of tears that were cried in those colonies? Do you understand how fear thrived in those colonies? Do you know how many people died for those colonies? Tears, fear, death, Britain first. Not much of a legacy, is it? Do you really believe those indigenous people were grateful when we paid them a visit? I shouldn't have thought so, although we didn't stop to ask. We did some good, forgot the bad, and left them alone to carry the scars of their past. Next. There is a big difference between foreign aid and personal charity. Foreign aid is the byproduct of being one of the most economically prosperous nations in the Western Hemisphere. It's very clear that when we have to give. We have to give because others have to live. And lest we forget, in a slightly different rhythm, the Church of England has been using violence as a means to spread religion pretty much since the word of a peaceful, loving God was supposedly first given. So what do you know of Sharia law that you didn't learn from the Daily Mail or the Mirror? Those tabloid comics play fast and loose with the truth as it suits them. Studies prove 90% of their content is opinion and supposition. 90%. And where did I get that figure? I made it up to make a point. Am I making my argument any clearer? And nobody's saying you can't fly a flag, but you have no right to patronise my patron saint's Red Cross, hijacking it to disguise your confused views as national pride, because what are you, really, deep down? A racist, a xenophobe, an Islamophobe, or just an ignorant clown? Spraying poison from your flower, riding a third-ride tricycle while you try to stop those ill-sized, ill-informed balls you juggle from falling down. And read a book. Immigration is different to asylum. And you have no shame if you go against the wishes of the parents to leave Rigby and use the name to justify or incite violence. So here's how it goes. If you share posts by Britain First, you're an idiot. If you voted UKIP in the local elections because you think things couldn't get any worse, you're an idiot. And in case you think this is a point that I'm overinflating, there were over 465,000 likes on the Britain First Facebook page, gone up 100,000 in the month since I wrote this poem, which is an appreciation worth appreciating. These people have a voice, as they are clearly demonstrating. And if you still don't get it, remember the Nazis took Germany through political means while the whole world watched, waiting, procrastinating and hesitating. Thank you.